Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go over a few drills, tips, exercises to help with your chipping, help with your pitching. Finally got some great weather out here. We're going to do a little bit of short game work that's going to help you bring your scores down this year. My name is Justin Langhill. I'm a golf performance coach. Let's get into it. First thing I need you guys to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel. There's also a link in the description. I need you guys to go to reborngolf.com/better-golf. What you're gonna do is save your spot, join the wait list for my improvement playbook that's coming out very, very soon. Join the wait list to get all the updates and all the early releases that are gonna come out prior to the launch of the improvement playbook. It's going to save your game this year. It's gonna help you improve a lot quicker. Join me this year for the best 2025 your golf game has ever seen. So depending on the length of the shot, I don't want anybody getting too picky on distances and undulation and what I'm looking at in front of me. One, let's talk about the setup for a chip. More than likely, what I want to do is set up with the ball a little bit more toward my back toe rather. I'm going to address the ball so that my hands are in front of the golf ball. As you can see, obviously the shaft is leaning forward. If I were to let go of the club, it should rest gently on my front thigh. For weight wise, a lot of people get this messed up. You've probably heard in the past that people want your weight to shift forward, to press a little more forward. The last thing you want to do is physically move your hips forward so that you're leaning super far. Leaning is the key word. I don't want to lean. I really just want to press. So like I'm still in my frame. Think about yourself in an airport bathroom, right? You don't want to lean against the walls. I just want to press down a little bit on my front foot so that I have about a 70-30, 80-20 split here. And the key to a chip is I don't want my wrist to break. The second you break your wrist, it becomes a pitch, essentially. Breaking your wrist will put power on the shot. It'll give you an opportunity to either flip or dip. It's going to create more variables to what we want to be a very simple shot. So keep that in mind when you want to, when you're assessing a shot and you want to know, okay, do I want this to be on the ground longer or do I want this to be in the air longer? And what I'm going to do is not break my wrist as best I can, use my shoulders, and stay through the ball. Okay, great drill when you're trying to learn tempo and learn how a pitch is supposed to feel. I know a lot of people have the issues of either accelerating or pulling up or blading, chunking, whatever the case may be. A great drill to work on your tempo and getting a good chip shot, good contact every time is this ball in hand drill. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand, have a nice tempo on where I want that ball to end up. And I'm going to do the same thing with this club and just remember that tempo. They should be landing in the same place relatively. Okay, so set up to this ball, get ready. Just use my hands. No wrist break, obviously. Try to match it. So you should, if you're doing this drill, if you're practicing this drill, you should start seeing the same similarities. So all those balls, again, they're bunched up in the same area from where I'm throwing it and where I'm chipping it. Gives you a good indicator that your tempo is smooth and you're ending up in the same spot. You have a repeatable consistency in your short game. So for pitching, the key difference between pitching and chipping, one, it's going to be a longer shot, more than likely over 20 yards at least. Is have the same setup thoughts for chipping, maybe a little bit wider of a stance if anything, but the key difference is that I can break my wrists on the backswing. So for a chip, I don't want to break my wrists because it only allows me to go so far. So there's a certain level of finesse that has like a glass ceiling for chipping. For pitching, I'm able to break my wrists and get a little bit more power behind it, but the key is I can only do it one way. So there's your takeaway. My pitch, I can break my wrist one way, but I still don't want to break it through. I don't want to flip up, flip through, anything like that. That keeps the finesse of the shot in play, but there's a power element now that's going to help me get a little more distance with the pitch. So a good feel for that for me is to try to get the logo side of the glove to hit a wall over on the left side. Because if I flip it, I'm not going to be able to. So I want to rotate through the ball and get the logo of my glove hand to hit a wall flat on the other side. Look a little like this. Break my wrist. Logo side up against that wall. Now, that's an over-exaggeration. I want to make that clear. An over-exaggeration of keeping your glove hand like completely bowed on the other side. That's the feel I want to have, is to keep this low. When I go through the ball, it's not going to be the case, but I'm not going to flip. So that's kind of my key there, is that an over exaggeration drill in this case is going to practice swing me, keep me low, keep my weight going forward. And then when I actually go to hit the ball, all I got to do is make sure my posture is correct, my setup's good, weight's in my left foot. Then I can break, send the shoulders through. There's a ton of spin on that ball. Wherever it lands, it's going to check up real nice. So that's your difference there. Let me hit 2 here. 1 chip, 1 pitch. Chipping, don't want to break my wrists. Keep a smooth tempo. Should have plenty of spin. That's a nice one. So there you have it. I hope that helps with trying to differentiate what shot you may want to play when you're around the greens, when you're inside 25 yards. You know, a lot of people will take a lower iron and try to just bump and run it. Nothing wrong with that. But if you have the wedges, they're created so you have more spin, more control. You're kind of giving up control at that point when you're using clubs that aren't meant to do that part of the game. So guys, I hope that helps. We got a lot more short game to cover as the year goes on. I wanted to get my feet wet with some short game information for you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to reach out to me and definitely comment what you're struggling with. I'm Justin. I'll be your guide. Let's learn golf this year.